Hello, YouTube. 4077 TTM, Ryan here. And, I haven't received any TTMs so far this year, but that's my fault because I really didn't send out any TTM requests in December. So, it's a slow start. But I have already sent out about 20 or 25 TTM requests so far this year, so I'm hoping to see some returns on those soon. But what I thought I'd do today is show off part one of my book collection. I have not a lot of books. In fact, of my collection, probably books make up the smallest percentage of the things I have signed in my collection, but I do have some nice ones, and I thought I would show them to you today, or at least the first part of them today. Let me move these out of the way here. Hold on. And I'll just run through a few here. This right here is actually was my very first signed book that I received many years ago. And when I was a teenager, I think I was 13, 12 or 13, I took a magic class and really got hooked on magic, doing magic, and actually performed and did birthday parties and all that for a while. But this was my very first magic book, and it's written by Harry Lorraine, and it's called The Magic Book by Harry Lorraine. And you see right there, signed to Ryan Patrick, magically Harry Lorraine, and that was back in 1987 when I took that, and I wore this book out. It's a fantastic book, by the way, if you're interested in like the basics of magic. This is a really good book, and Harry Lorraine is known as a master of memorization. That's what his field is. So anyway, that's my very first one, and I wanted to start off with that one. The next book I have in my collection is a really great book, a really great read, and I really enjoyed this book. And then I wrote off to the author and asked for him to send me the book plate that I put in this. This is Ready Player One by Ernest Cline, and let me make sure I got the right page here. Isn't this thrilling? Yeah. All right, there we go. Right there, you see, signed book plate from Ernest Cline, Ready Player One. I actually bought this at an auction. I am very involved in raising money for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. It's a wonderful cause. I have seen firsthand what they do, and I highly recommend to anybody, if you have a cause that you really want to dive into and go to bat for, St. Jude Children's Research Hospital is the one. And over the years, the group I used to work with, we used to put together some celebrity auctions. And this is a book that we got one time from Suzanne Summers. You can see Get Skinny. Obviously, I do not follow her advice. But, and she signed it right here to St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, Suzanne Summers. So, there's that. Next, I'm a country music fan. I think I've mentioned that in some of my past videos. I love classic country music. One of my favorite radio stations in the whole world is WSM AM out of Nashville, Tennessee. And there was a book that was written not too long ago called Air Castle of the South, the story of WSM. And I've had the opportunity to have some of their most prominent air personalities, Bill Cody, Mike Terry, and Keith Bilbrey have all signed this book. Eddie Stubbs is the only one I haven't had a chance to get signed it, but hopefully I'll be able to get him to sign that. So there's that. Speaking of the Grand Ole Opry, this is a book that was put out by the Opry called Behind the Grand Ole Opry Curtain, and I used to work in radio, and back in 2009, one of the greatest thrills of my life is I actually got to co-host a segment of the Grand Ole Opry from the Opry stage in Nashville, Tennessee. And I took this book with me, and while I was there, it was signed by the lovely Connie Smith, right here, and then Marty Stewart, right there at the bottom. So, pretty cool. Nice little memento I had from my visit. And also, this is a book that was given to me from a relative. Ralph Emery is a Hall of Famer, a country music Hall of Famer. He is a legendary disc jockey. And he wrote a book called Memories, right there. And this is a book that is actually dual signed. You see right here, it's signed by Ralph Emery. And over here, it's also signed by country music legend Bobby Bare. So, right there. See that? And no, I'm not Flossie. That's not a nickname, so don't start calling me Flossie or anything. All right, so a few more here in part one. I'm showing off my book collection. I am a giant Jack Benny fan. I think I've talked about that in previous episodes, and I have a Jack Benny PC where I have everybody from his old radio show and TV show except for one, still looking for Mary Livingston. But earlier this year, I wrote a letter to Joan Benny. She wrote this book. Actually, she co-wrote it with her dad. She found an old manuscript of an unpublished autobiography after he passed away, and she finished the book. And that is what she wrote here, Sunday Nights at 7. That's Joan right there on the back. That's her. And I wrote her earlier this year and sent her a book plate, and she sent me back a very nice letter, and she also sent me back the book plate for that. So, pretty cool there. Next, as you know, MASH 4077 TTM. I am a big MASH fan. Bought this on eBay many years ago, partly because I wanted to read about his life story. Another reason I bought it is because it was autographed, and also it was signed to a guy named Ryan, so I couldn't pass it up. This is Jamie Farr's autobiography, Just Far Fun, right there. And on the inside, you see, signed by Klinger himself. There you go. I actually had the opportunity to meet Jamie Farr a few years back, but didn't get his autograph at the time, so it was cool to get that book. Two more in this video, and I've saved, for this video, I've saved two of my favorites for the last. I'm a St. Louis Cardinals junkie, love them, and I've had a couple of opportunities to meet this gentleman. A lot of people love him, a lot of people don't. He's kind of a polarizing figure in baseball, but it's hard to dispute that he is one of the greatest managers of all time. This is a book that was written by Buzz Bissinger a few years back called 3 Nights in August about a Cardinals-Cubs series at Busch Stadium, and it is about Tony La Russa, and right here on the inside, signed by number 10, Tony La Russa. Right there. So, love that. And for this video, my last book, I have something that I picked up. Actually, I organized, when I was in high school, I organized a celebrity auction for our art club at our high school, and wrote to this gentleman, and he sent us a signed book. Well, my grandma actually ended up buying the book at the auction. I can't remember how much. Wasn't very much. And then she in turn gave the book to me. And I'm so thrilled to have this, because this guy is a entertainment legend, really. He was the first host of The Tonight Show, and a great comedian. I'm talking about Mr. Steve Allen. And this is his book, How to Be Funny. And you see right here on the inside, best regards, Steve Allen. So, very cool to have that in my collection since he has since passed on. So, there you go. That's part one of my book collection. I will put together part two very soon. I've got several more really cool books I want to show you, but hope you enjoyed that. And hopefully my next video will be a TTM video with some new stuff coming in for 2013. We are Autograph Strong. Thanks for watching. See ya.